everyone, I'm Bob McCraney with FleeRedStates.com. We are a project of Texas Pride Realty Group, brokered by Homes My Stars here in Dallas, Texas. We are licensed in Texas, and we have referral partners across the United States and around the world. We want to talk today about the state of Maryland. And is Maryland a place that you would consider for LGBTQ rights? So Maryland has currently a Republican governor, but they have a Democratic Senate and House. Now, we are filming this as of September 2022, so we obviously have an election coming up. We will have to re-record this in November 2022 and see what those election results are. So right now they have a Republican governor and a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House. They also have a Democratic Attorney General, which is important because the Attorney General is the office in most states that raises a case up through the courts that tries to overturn federal law. So having a Democratic Attorney General is good because that Democratic Attorney General will generally agree with LGBTQ positions. They do have a Republican Secretary of State. So out of their top 5 offices, 2 are Republican, 3 are Democrat. That's a very purple state. So we'll see what happens in November of this year. So they do currently have on their books right now a full protection law for LGBTQ people. Now I'm getting this information from freedomforallamericans.org, which is, I'm going to put in the links below. Freedomforallamericans.org lists them as having all sorts of protections already on their books. So if something got overturned at the federal level and it went back down to the states, Maryland has laws in place allegedly to go ahead and protect you. So the state is already set up for protection, as opposed to some states where they don't have any protections at all, or they already have laws in place to already penalize and make us illegal. Like Texas has. They have what they're called trigger laws, meaning if Oglefeld gets overturned or if Lawrence v. Texas gets overturned, then their laws are already in place. The legislature doesn't even have to meet. We're already illegal again. Apparently, Maryland has laws in place that already shield us if the federal protections go away, depending on how that happens. So what I'm told is that conversion therapy is also banned in Maryland, which is amazingly good. They do have hate crimes laws and adoption laws for us and anti-discrimination laws that cover LGBTQ people. So double check that. I'm going to put the source of that below. If this is a concern for you, then I want you to be able to look these up on your own. And I think I mentioned before in other videos, always talk to your own attorneys, always talk to your own realtors. I'm just here to provide the information I can find on the web. As our rights get eroded in some states or federally, we need to know where to move to. So the average sales price that I was able to find for Maryland houses right now is around $409,000. The Southern Poverty Law Center is currently tracking 11 hate groups in Maryland, which is not the highest number. It's not the lowest number, but it's a mid-range number for what they're tracking in different states. And I just throw that in there so that you can see what they're doing. Southern Poverty Law Center is a great organization, and I'll put their links below as well. They don't have a sodomy law in the books, so there's no trigger law in effect that if something if Lawrence v. Texas is overturned, they don't have an automatic penalization in place. Important thing to know, their average high in the summer is 73 degrees and their average low in the winter is 35 degrees. It does get chilly and cold there. So their average temperature year round is 54 degrees. They get about 44 inches of rain a year, and they can get around 21 inches of snow in a winter. So think about that. This is an area of the country that has all 4 distinct seasons. They have areas that are metropolitan, like Baltimore and Annapolis, Gaithersburg, right around DC. They also have some rural areas, some nice farmlands, and they have beach. Go to Ocean City. They also have the Chesapeake Bay that it kind of bisects the state. So there's a lot of different culture and different things that you can do. You're right at DC. You're a couple hours away from New York. You can take any of Baltimore Washington Airport, National Airport, or you can drive into Virginia and go to Dulles Airport. So you have easy access to different places around the world if you want to get away. So consider Maryland. Comment below if you're interested. Oh, by the way, their tax rates. Their tax rates are anywhere between 2 and 5.75%. So their tax rates, they do have income tax. Some states don't have income tax, some have flat, so we'll cover that. So for the lowest tax rate is 2% of your income, and the highest is 5.7. That's not bad considering the averages that I'm finding across the United States. So Maryland may be a choice for you. Comment below. Let me know what you think of Maryland.